The Young and the Restless spoilers Monday, May 18th. Search for missing Matt. Kyle sounds Patty alarm. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers for Monday, May 18th, reveal that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, will be on the hunt for Matt Clark, Roger Howarth, in hopes of salvaging her deal. Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, will also have some worries when it comes to Jack Abbott's, Peter Bergman, plot and how it could affect his attempt to repair his marriage. Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, finally had a breakthrough when it comes to getting past what happened on the yacht. Although Diane isn't fully ready to let go of all her pain and anger, she loves Jack and wants to give their relationship another chance. After Diane's horrible nightmare, she may be even more willing to wipe the slate clean. Diane doesn't want Jack to move on with Patty or anyone else for that matter, so she may admit that to him when they talk through their issues. Jack should be over the moon about the opportunity to get his relationship with Diane back on track. Kyle will think this is good news as well, but he'll hope Jack's not planning on sticking with his goal of using Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduke, against Victor Newman, Eric Braeden now. Kyle may point out that it's too risky for Jack to have any contact with Patty when Diane's willing to reunite. Will Jack ditch this Patty angle entirely, or could he push Kyle to take charge like they discussed before? Regardless, Jack will still want Victor to pay for all the damage he's done. Whether Patty's part of making that happen or not, Jack won't give up on ending Victor's marriage to Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, for good. As for Phyllis, she'll be on a frantic mission to find Matt before the Newmans do. Despite telling Matt to stay in his suite at the GCAC, Phyllis will have to hunt for him following his decision to leave the room. There'll be a lot at stake for Phyllis, since she's hoping to trade Matt for drop charges. Victor is holding out for Newman Enterprises too, but Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, is willing to strike a deal of his own and make sure Phyllis's legal mess ends without surrendering the company. Of course, Phyllis can't reach any agreement at all if she can't deliver Matt as promised. That's why Phyllis will no doubt try to track Matt down and put him back on ice. Devin Winters, Brighton James, also has a meeting coming up with Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, at her mental institution, so Y&R fans should see that early during the week of May 18th to 22nd as well. The Young and the Restless spoilers say some surprising developments are on the way in Genoa City, so stay tuned. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, May 18th, promise a dramatic start to the week as Genoa City becomes consumed by a troubling mystery and a growing sense of danger. The search for missing Matt intensifies, sending shockwaves through several families, while Kyle Abbott finds himself increasingly alarmed by Patty's behavior and fears that another crisis may be unfolding right before everyone's eyes. The disappearance of Matt quickly becomes the biggest topic of conversation throughout town. What initially seemed like a temporary absence begins to look far more serious as hours pass without any sign of him. Friends and loved ones grow increasingly worried, and concern soon turns into panic when attempts to reach him fail repeatedly. Questions begin circulating everywhere. Where did Matt go? Did he leave voluntarily? Or is something far more troubling behind his disappearance? As the search gains momentum, multiple residents become involved in efforts to locate him. Every possible lead is examined, and every conversation is scrutinized for clues. The uncertainty surrounding Matt's whereabouts creates an atmosphere of tension that spreads across Genoa City. People who normally remain calm find themselves fearing the worst. The mystery becomes even more unsettling when conflicting reports begin emerging. Some individuals claim they recently saw Matt, while others insist he vanished without warning. The contradictory information only complicates the investigation and leaves everyone struggling to separate fact from rumor. With each passing hour, anxiety continues to grow. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott finds himself dealing with a completely different concern. His attention turns toward Patty, whose recent actions raise serious red flags. Kyle initially tries to dismiss his worries, believing there may be a reasonable explanation for her unusual behavior. However, the more he observes, the more convinced he becomes that something is wrong. Patty's unpredictable nature has caused problems before, and Kyle cannot ignore the warning signs he believes he is seeing. Small incidents begin adding up, creating a troubling pattern that becomes impossible to overlook. His instincts tell him that immediate action may be necessary before the situation spirals out of control. As Kyle shares his concerns with those closest to him, reactions are mixed. Some agree that Patty's behavior appears troubling and deserves attention. Others caution against jumping to conclusions, arguing that assumptions could create unnecessary drama. Despite the differing opinions, Kyle remains convinced that his fears are justified. The possibility that Patty could be connected to larger events around town begins generating speculation. While there is no concrete evidence linking her to Matt's disappearance, the timing of recent developments causes some residents to wonder whether the situations might somehow intersect. The uncertainty fuels even more gossip throughout Genoa City. Jack Abbott becomes increasingly aware of Kyle's concerns and takes them seriously. Although Jack prefers to approach situations carefully, he understands why his son feels uneasy. Their conversations reveal growing apprehension about what may happen if Patty's behavior continues escalating. Together, they consider possible ways to address the situation without making matters worse. Elsewhere, Summer finds herself caught between competing loyalties. She wants to support Kyle, but she also recognizes the dangers of acting on suspicion alone. Her attempts to remain objective become increasingly difficult as new developments emerge. The emotional strain begins affecting her relationships and forcing her to make difficult choices. As concern over Matt's disappearance spreads, Victor Newman quietly monitors the situation. Victor understands that missing person cases often reveal hidden truths, and he pays close attention to every new piece of information. While others react emotionally, Victor focuses on identifying opportunities and uncovering facts that may not be immediately obvious. Nikki also becomes invested in the search efforts. Her compassion drives her to offer support to those struggling with uncertainty. Having witnessed countless crises over the years, she recognizes the emotional toll that unanswered questions can create. Nikki encourages patience while hoping for positive news. At Crimson Lights, conversations about Matt dominate nearly every table. Residents exchange theories, discuss possible sightings, and debate what may have happened. The lack of clear answers allows speculation to flourish, ensuring that rumors spread rapidly throughout town. Every new detail becomes the subject of intense discussion. The search itself encounters numerous obstacles. Leads that initially appear promising quickly fall apart. Witness accounts prove unreliable. Potential clues raise more questions than answers. Investigators and concerned friends alike find themselves chasing possibilities that lead nowhere, increasing frustration and desperation. As Monday's drama unfolds, several unexpected encounters provide surprising information. Some characters discover connections they never anticipated, while others uncover details that challenge their assumptions. These revelations add new layers to the mystery and suggest that Matt's disappearance may be more complicated than anyone realized. Kyle's concerns regarding Patty continue intensifying as additional incidents reinforce his fears. What began as a feeling of unease evolves into genuine alarm. He becomes determined to protect those he cares about, even if doing so means confronting uncomfortable truths. His growing urgency creates tension with individuals who remain skeptical of his warnings. Patty, meanwhile, remains difficult to read. Her actions leave people questioning her motives and wondering what she may be hiding. Whether she is simply misunderstood or involved in something far more serious remains unclear. The uncertainty surrounding her character keeps everyone guessing. The emotional impact of these unfolding events affects numerous relationships. Trust becomes increasingly fragile as suspicions rise and secrets threaten to emerge. Friends question one another's intentions. Family members struggle to remain united under pressure. The atmosphere of uncertainty creates challenges that extend far beyond the immediate crises. For Kyle, the situation becomes deeply personal. His determination to uncover the truth stems not only from concern but also from a desire to prevent future harm. He refuses to ignore his instincts, even when others urge caution. His persistence may ultimately prove crucial as events continue developing. The mystery surrounding Matt remains at the center of the day's drama. Every unanswered question increases the urgency of finding him. Loved ones cling to hope while preparing themselves for possibilities they would rather not consider. The emotional stakes continue rising with each new development. As the episode moves toward its conclusion, tensions reach a boiling point. New clues emerge, unexpected alliances form, and several characters find themselves facing difficult decisions. The search for Matt shows no signs of slowing down, while Kyle's concerns about Patty become impossible to dismiss. By the end of Monday's episode, viewers will be left with more questions than answers. The hunt for the missing Matt continues, fears surrounding Patty grow stronger, and Genoa City finds itself on edge as uncertainty dominates nearly every corner of town. With emotions running high and danger potentially lurking beneath the surface, the stage is set for an explosive week filled with shocking discoveries, emotional confrontations, and twists that could change everything. The Young and the Restless once again delivers the suspense, intrigue, and emotional storytelling that fans have come to expect. As the mystery deepens and Kyle sounds the alarm about Patty, viewers can prepare for a gripping chapter that promises to keep everyone talking long after the credits roll.